Hi everyone, welcome back to the BodyMaitre channel. In today's episode, we're going to explore a very interesting yet often misunderstood topic in spiritual response therapy: benefit programs. And I want to approach this with both the spiritual response therapy framework and also through the BodyMaitre 4-body consciousness system. So you'll be able to see how these programs shape our personality, our relationships, and our daily life choices. So grab your tea, sit comfortably, and let's dive in. A benefit program in spiritual response therapy is an energy pattern or subconscious program that the soul or subconscious mind holds onto because there is a perceived benefit, even if the pattern is unhealthy, even if it makes life more difficult, even if it sabotages happiness. On a psychological level, this is similar to what therapists call secondary gain, when someone continues a negative behavior because they are unconsciously getting something from it. For example, staying anxious because it keeps you alert, people-pleasing because it prevents rejection, self-sabotaging because it keeps you in the familiar comfort zone. So, in simple words, a benefit program is a subconscious strategy where the person believes this pattern protects me, helps me, or keeps me safe, even though on the surface it hurts them. What is a benefit program in SRT, spiritual response therapy? In SRT, benefit programs are created by the soul or during incarnation, usually formed from fear, trauma, conditioning, or distorted beliefs, are meant to serve a purpose like protection, survival, or emotional comfort, but eventually become outdated and limiting. Think of them as old software that once helped you survive, but now crashes your system. Benefit programs often pair with blocking programs, imprints, pain pictures, fear programs, and they stay active until consciously cleared and repatterned. Why and how do benefit programs form? Benefit programs usually form because the soul or subconscious mind believes, I get something out of this behavior. This benefit might be safety, control, being loved, avoiding conflict, getting attention, feeling important, avoiding responsibility, staying in a familiar environment. Often, the benefit is emotional or energetic rather than logical. For example, a child who acts sick may receive love and attention, so the subconscious learns, when I'm unwell, I get cared for. Someone who grew up with unstable parents might learn, if I'm the strong one, I keep the family together. Someone who was punished for speaking up may think, staying silent protects me. These programs then follow the person into adulthood and even into future lives. Let's make it real and relatable. Using fear to stay productive. Some people rely on fear as motivation. Fear of failure, fear of poverty, fear of disappointing others. The subconscious thinks, if I stop being afraid, I will become lazy or lose control. So fear becomes a benefit that keeps them moving. Eating processed food and sugar to feel loved or safe. Food becomes emotional comfort. Sugar becomes a substitute for affection. The subconscious says, this taste makes me feel safe. This sweetness feels like love. So even though the food is harmful, the emotional safety becomes the benefit. Believing suffering makes you spiritual. Some adopt the belief, if I suffer, I'm purifying myself. If I sacrifice, I'm more spiritual. If I endure pain, I'm closer to enlightenment. This benefit program encourages self-denial, self-punishment, unnecessary hardship. It creates the illusion that spirituality must come through suffering. Now let's go into the real case study. This is a client who wanted to work on long-standing relationship issues with her husband. When we combined SRT with BodyMaitre, the findings showed how the benefit program manifested across her 4-body consciousness. Here are the findings. Spiritual body, sticky images, negative imprints, mental body, loyal to a fault, emotional body, unloved, physical body, not wanting to hear truth. stored anger, self-punishment. Now let's break this down and explain how each contributes to the overall benefit program. Spiritual body, sticky images, plus negative imprints. What this means? She held energetic images, like snapshots, of her husband's past mistakes or wrongdoing. These imprints stick to the spiritual field and replay like old emotional photographs. But here's the interesting part. Even though these images trigger emotional pain, she refuses to use them as guidance or truth. Instead, the benefit program suppresses them. If I ignore the negative truth, I can stay loyal. If I stay loyal, I will keep the marriage. If I keep the marriage, I will not be abandoned. So the spiritual body holds the truth. But the benefit program blocks her from acknowledging it. Mental body, loyal to a fault. This is the core benefit program. Her deep loyalty felt like a virtue, a moral identity. But loyalty became a blind spot. The mental body carried the belief, if I stay loyal no matter what, I'm a good wife. If I stay loyal, I'm worthy. If I stay loyal, I will not lose him. This makes her ignore red flags, dismiss her intuition, and even lie for him. This loyalty becomes the benefit, even when it destroys her well-being. Emotional body feeling unloved. At the emotional level, she carried a wound of feeling unloved. Because of this emotional emptiness, staying loyal became a way to earn love. The subconscious logic was, if I sacrifice myself for him, he will eventually love me. If I stay, he will appreciate me. If I don't complain, he won't leave. So the emotional body reinforces the benefit program through fear of losing love. Physical body not wanting to hear truth, stored anger, self-punishment. The physical body records the unprocessed pain. Not wanting to hear truth, the body literally rejects reality. Hearing the truth feels like a threat to the relationship. Stored anger. Because she suppresses her real feelings for the sake of loyalty, the anger accumulates and becomes tension, fatigue, and emotional heaviness. Self-punishment. She punishes herself for not being good enough, not being a perfect wife, or not making the relationship work. The physical body becomes the place where the sacrifice is paid. When we combine all four bodies, this is what we see. The spiritual body holds the truth, but she ignores it. The mental body insists loyalty is her identity. The emotional body fears losing love. The physical body absorbs the pain and punishes itself. Together, these create a benefit program of loyal to a fault. This program shapes her personality into overgiving, self-sacrificing, blind loyalty, emotional suppression, avoidance of truth, difficulty setting boundaries, ignoring red flags, prioritizing others over herself, staying in toxicity because the fear of loss is greater than the desire for truth. The benefit she perceives is, if I stay loyal, I will not lose him. If I sacrifice myself, I will keep the relationship. But the true cost is her emotional well-being, her personal truth, her self-worth, her voice, her inner peace, and eventually her love for herself. Using spiritual response therapy, we identify the program, we clear the spiritual blocks, we release the imprints by combining with BodyMaitre allows us to see how the program lives inside the four bodies, how the energy behaves, what beliefs feed it, what emotional wounds sustain it, how the physical body carries the burden, and how the personality gets shaped by it. This is why combining SRT with BodyMaitre gives a much deeper, multi-dimensional clearing. We're not just removing a program, we're transforming the entire inner ecosystem. Benefit programs are tricky because they hide behind what we believe is good, responsible, or loving. But once we understand the true cost and the false benefits, we can finally choose differently. If this topic resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to help more people understand how energy and consciousness shape our healing journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.